Okay, screen share is visible, right? One side you have IntelliJ IDEA, one side you have the Google Chrome. No, don't worry, I'll upload the recording to Google Drive as well. But yeah, for convenience here, you can keep the recording. Okay, so last time I wrote this method myself, the constructor. So the requirement for this constructor was all the fields except age. So we assign this dot Neptune is equal to Neptune. This dot program has a default value of CS BSC. So some people texted me and they said that I shouldn't be writing it myself. And like I said, this is just for demonstration. I'm showing you guys how it works behind the scenes. In reality, if you had this, define a constructor that has the parameters for all the fields except the age, you do this. You alt insert constructor. Which constructor are you targeting? You tell it this one. Uh, Person ID. Well, no, you do age. Choose both. Wait, but I chose age, didn't I? Think I messed up something. Let me try again. Constructor. No. Yeah, but why isn't the first one working? ID, age, name. I think it didn't because I already generated that one. So that's why it's not working. Okay, then I'll use the second one. Okay, so this one, it takes the ID, name, Neptune program, and we're supposed to remove, this one is supposed to be without age. So you'll still get the program. So we just, age is already not here. Oh yeah, I was targeting Anand, I was doing this one. So that's why I confused them. So yeah, definitely for the second one, this is better. So we target the constructor in person that does not take age. And here, where age is supposed to be written, we just do 18. And boom, everything else works. Then for the third one, do a constructor. So the third one does not have age and it also does not have program. So we'll do the same thing. Actually, now I think the robot also showed you that it might cause problems. So just copy paste it. Copy paste. And now what do we not have? We don't have age and we also don't have program. So we just remove program. And the age default will be 18 and the program default will be. So this is how you're supposed to do it in the exam because you won't have enough time. Now what's next? Private visibility for all the fields done. Make the Neptune field read-only done. Define the getters and setters and the toString. So that's what we'll do. Getters and setters, all the fields done. And let's say for reference, we the string representation that we'll be needing is the same one as person. It will be, and again, this is another place where it helps me to write down the representation first. So the person representation is, I think, ID, like this, ID. and then in the name, and then age, I think. Okay. So we see that the student specific fields are only two. So one thing we can do here is, let me try this one. It's kind of experimental, so let me just try how it looks first and then we'll see. And the thing specific to students is program and Neptune. So we'll just put that Neptune. So now we create a new main class to test this. Actually, no, the class is supposed to be test with the public static void main. So we'll just create it the way they want it. Main test. Okay, F, the one you sent me. I'm doing this way right now because if you go to sample output, they haven't given us the paths they want us to follow. But yeah, what this basically does is I did it in an easier to understand way. I called super.toString, which is going to return this. Super.toString is going to return this, as you can see here. This is the parent class. Its toString is going to return this. So all we do is we take that and we continue it with the fields in Neptune with the fields in student. So instead of storing it to a variable beforehand, you can do this, and that will work. This was just to better understand it. And yeah, that's it for the toString method. Let's see what else is needed. Okay, that's it for the class student. So define the class test in the same package to read CSV records from the standard input, sort them, and print them to the standard output in the same format, following the instructions. Ooh. The standard input and the standard output use. Hmm? Okay, Anand, stop texting me from somebody else's phone. The standard input and the standard output use semicolon as the delimiter. The formats of the standard input, the formats of the standard input and standard output are identical. Okay, hail. That's how we know. That's how I knew that I'm supposed to follow this format. And F, the one you sent, was the previous one. This is the standard output they want, delimited by semicolons, and use the built-in arrays or sort. So I don't think I need to solve this because this has already been solved in the previous feedback test. Let me open up the sample function the professor wrote, and we can just analyze that one instead of me writing it. You can see the airport class, right? Can someone confirm if you can see the airport class? Yeah, Anand,
No.
can you?
No. All I see is the public class test.
Oh yeah, my bad. Okay, the test class is the one you're supposed to see.
Yeah.
So you have the scanner, you create a scanner, it's the, good old. You can even download this if you go here to e-learning, this one. You go here, e-learning, you go here, this is the project. You can download it from here. It's going to download as a zip file, and you right click on it and you click open as project in IntelliJ IDEA. So this is all it does. This one takes it until end and tokens. Now, something you have to notice here is the array is an array of people, but it's storing students here. Okay. This is something that will be important in the final exam with polymorphism. You will be creating two different objects of the same type. Like in that case, cat and dog. You'll be creating cats and dogs, and you'll be storing both of them in the animals array. But yeah, that's that method. This is final, and yeah, that wraps up B1. Well, not really. It's the only thing left is nested classes, but I think nested classes will be more relevant if I cover it with the enums and nested private enum stuff like that. Actually, no, that is in B2. So we have completed the B1 part successfully, and tomorrow we'll do the B2. So are there any questions about B1? Your chat, no questions about B1 or any problems?
I mean, I had a question when we were learning about this, but now I understood it. But maybe the newer people would not get. But why do we have like why do we have two sorting functions? Like we have the compare and then we have up there also.
You mean why do we have comparator and comparable?
Yeah.
So the problem with putting comparison logic inside a class is, as you can see, the class already has a code. And if you want to see an actual class, for example, let's look at the string class. Why not? Go to declaration. This is an actual class. Look how long it is. In
Hmm.
implementation, you won't be writing tiny 80-line classes. You'll be writing classes worth thousands of lines of code. This one is around 5,000 lines of code. So in a class this big, okay, in a class like this, in Java, there's this thing called separation of responsibility or separation of concerns. It is in our best interest to keep one responsibility for each class. And when classes get so big and complex, it's better to have the comparison logic in a different class. That way, if you're making a change, or if you want to test it or debug it, you can just create two dummy classes and you can pass it to a comparator. And it's just like that. It's a separate class with it. Another reason is one object, like usually we use the comparator as a static nested class, and you will see why that is done because static classes cannot be instantiated, they only have one instance. So you will see why that is efficient because all the instances of a class will only use one static comparator. It's less like a printer. You give it input and you get printed output, and all the classes that you're dealing with, you pass it through one comparator. So it's very easy. It's very easier on memory, and also it's very convenient because sometimes on more advanced projects, you have very advanced comparison logic. You check, for example, this airports or students, they only have like 3 fields. But what about a class that has like 60 fields? So the compare method itself will be like 500 lines, in which case it's better to just separate the logic. Did that did that fix your doubt?
Yes.
Epic. Okay, so then with that we'll wrap it up. I'll upload these recordings to Google Drive and I'll post the link. So see you guys. Bye bye. And good luck for the exam. Actually, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the other class because we're still not done. It's only half of the battle. So see you guys tomorrow.